Thank you, Madam Speaker. Job creation and job security is my priority, and it's certainly the priority of this government. We know that to create jobs and to protect the ones we already have, it is often the case that government needs to get out of the way of business and allow them to do what they do best, and that is to stimulate economic growth and create jobs. Destructively, unions take a very different approach to business, and often at the expense of workers, their families and the local economy. This is certainly the case presently with Simplot, one of the largest employers on the northwest coast of Tasmania, which is at a critical juncture in the future of its Devonport processing plant. At a time when this company has been honest and upfront with publicly stating its difficulty in ensuring its Devonport plant remains financially viable, the AMWU and the ETU have launched an extraordinary campaign against Simplot and the majority of workers, I have to say. Despite a slowing in wage growth throughout the country, and example after example of businesses closing their doors due to wage inflation and outrageous union demands, the unions have rejected Simplot's pay offer and opted for industrial action. The most extraordinary part of this union campaign, Madam Speaker, is its lack of support, I believe, amongst its workforce. Out of a total workforce of 891, only 575 are paid-up members of the AMWU and the ETU. But interestingly, Madam Speaker, of that membership of 575, the AEC reports that only 388 ballot papers were counted. And yet the union organiser declares that everybody is livid, absolutely livid, about the company's offer to them, but only 388 of 575 of 891 workers in fact took the time to fill in a ballot paper. That's 67.5% of the union membership, but only 43% of the total workforce. Further, up to 84 union members of the 388 voted against some form of industrial action, meaning that only 34% of the total workforce supports industrial action that could in fact eventually lead to the closure of this plant. Now, despite only having the support of 34% of the workforce, the unions have taken it upon themselves to put 100% of the jobs in Devonport in particular on the line. And that's why I took the unusual step a few weeks ago, Madam Speaker, to publish an open letter in the local paper to all Simplot employees on the northwest coast, imploring them to reject industrial action and to work with Simplot in order to protect their jobs and for the financial security of their families, the farmers and the local economy. This current negotiation is not about the power and influence of unions, nor is it about a multinational company trying to take advantage of its workers. What it is about is the long-term viability of a very strategic business in the vegetable food chain of our region. And I make this plea again tonight in this parliament. Cease, please, your industrial action immediately, sit down with Simplot and find a solution to this dispute. The northwest coast, my electorate of Braddon, Madam Speaker, cannot afford Simplot to go the way of the paper mill, the carpet factory, the weaving mill or McCain's. That would be a terrible but wholly avoidable disaster. Simplot has been working diligently to implement its plan for a sustainable future for its Devonport processing plant and has commenced a significant investment program that will ensure it remains competitive in an extremely fierce global market. Madam Speaker, I take my responsibility as the local federal representative for Braddon very seriously. It's my responsibility to do everything I can to protect local jobs. We currently have local jobs. I want to keep local jobs. I want to help to try and build the economic and regulatory environment that will encourage existing and new businesses to employ more people. That's what this government is about. And I make no apology tonight for standing up for the Simplot workforce, their families, local farmers and the local economy, and I'm calling on the unions to immediately cease its job-destroying campaign against industry in the northwest. Madam Speaker, I respect the workers at Simplot. They do a great job, many of them skilled in the areas that they work. I really do respect them. But they currently earn award wages that are above, or normal award wages, I should say, and their conditions are definitely not from the last century. There is a truism that we all know, and that is a good day's work for a good day's pay. It's certainly true, but, Madam Speaker, it's very hard to have a good day's work and earn a good day's pay if you don't have a job. I thank the House.